And the matches ni be a coso. Crystal Palace and Man City. Etihad. Man City. Miensa Crystal Palace Anthony Anse Adabraka. Obi message me or the by the say face match no boy. Fine also need Bagono and Yadri. But in game no. 3-0. Ama 62 points in Ababeda. City and the Arsenal. And yeah.
You know, last I game now I'm winning over West Ham. I don't think said he will sleep this night.
Yeah.
But give me a course now. Not be happy for the 3 players that are only a poor man go a buy. Let me make it. You know, first of all, for some time now we can't obey to say Semenyo 18. Meaning I say a jar of pan Man City or so yeah. Any ball are not all pon. And say about Fem Kaka. And Marco the game no cocoya say Semenyo football and to what Namudia you game. The pressure ban so and after some games, the game against Everton, the racial abuse call Semenyo so and my team I fed Manchester City out the back on them. I said you Enra, but in a cool at least the pressure I want to so a year free so again. Medicaka said we are just some few things to the World Cup. Ethiopia is a top player, and these are guys on national teams. They look good. Semenyo, Ghana national team they go World Cup now. We are looking up to Semenyo. Say World Cup now. If there is any player within the fallen ranks of the Blasters, Obetimi lead the Blasters at this particular tournament, it should be Semenyo. It is a pressure about the General. When Timia relieved after scoring that goal against Tima, your friend of Air Crystal Palace. Obviously, you know, you have to be happy for Semenyo and you know, you're not sure that you're talking about Phil Foden. Phil Foden, one player, you know. No one said to Foden said the moment that KDB back on how won't it come to play because already more player cast in the mode of Kevin De Bruyne. But again, Monisha then came from Phil Foden to Semenyo for the fair good it's Bible. It did not make any sense. Man City for next show we say they did because you want a perfect number 10 or man training it through the ranks or be feeling the shoes of KDB is in Phil Foden. I said yo this season any man could yin farmer Phil Foden. It is also players England they saw behind the striker or on the left side of the attack. You catch it Bellingham near Morgan Rogers. Obien Timin can Phil Foden Kauma, you look at that back you from Phil Foden. It's the conversation there, Koswa. If people could conclude this, so almost players for the World Cup, Phil Foden is not likely to make it to the World Cup because after Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham, almost said the next player, Obetimi about the number 10 for them, no? Your friend Air Cole Palmer. It will be a pass, you. Obia and Phil Foden and count because the form now no bearing anyhow Biadu see almost say Obetimi are taking the game to know of late and telling but general in few days the World Cup and look at the double assessor which me about and the Manchester City and you know any assistant one game no be should be who say Phil Foden a game will be able to say they want the ball and then you are talking about Obama Mamush so show Mal Mamusha. It's Echo World Cup. They said you almost 2 players. And will be a show almost a World Cup no more. Almost a BB and the Amomo. And yet, Omar Mamush and then Musala. Solution Musala. Liverpool performance in Nkoyi. Results in Emma in some of the big games. It drew Grada Musala on resting. Among Fanny Mo. It's Omar Mamush. Also Manchester City these days of the bench never. Oba goes to the Grand Saba. But you know. On sweat me about being pushing the confidence ahead of the game the World Cup. So having these 3 players will be representing the national team that you know on one form in the last hour. I think it's a sign of good things for the national teams na on players ever Kusiaka and Ediaman. Salvio coach why anything Manchester City. Unfortunately, Savino there 55 less than now. Carlo Ancelotti de come FIFA no enya de say di ka ho. But the 3 players which Semenyo, Phil Foden general. You focus on the same form now, maybe be World Cup. Maybe be a good year for their respective countries.
Foden said MVP.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, you know, say also tell him the Kaka England almost show team now. On far right side, they are looking at Phil Foden, or they are looking at Bukayo Saka. Side right, almost how will be to say Anthony Gordon. So somebody decided to Anthony Gordon ever call left. Anthony Gordon on the left, he is competing with Rashford. Now on the right, looking so general, and also deputizing Bukayo Saka on the right too. Offer number 10 positioner. Omo Phil Foden can also play on the right. Omo Kopama can also play on the right. Omo Jude Bellingham and Omo Morgan Rogers. It is a do any morning swan at front. Omo Ebo Oli Watkins and Omo Harry Kane. And so we by positioner. So far, Obiti said Maduoke were right. Offer Bukayo Saka right. Offer Anthony Gordon were left. Now far right for the left. Omo Offer Jude Bellingham and Morgan Rogers. Omo so two. Offer Oli Watkins and Harry Kane. Omo so two. So in all these areas, with the exception of any Muna, Odi Harry Kane and Oli Watkins, they are good enough. Some wide areas then number 10 in occupied. It's the chance that Phil Foden airport. A coach never picking a first certainly. Obey me about baby and the Beman Yako. But all those areas obey me upon those places are occupied. It's a general players they occupied, and on the right, more Gerald Baldwin of Air Western United ready. So all those players are occupied there. Then general Pebiaba. So left your performance for you to be considered in the final minutes because England team know that team is general more fun no more options. Any more will be baby. Manka Ezi. Say a very JJ is another number 10 general you'll be looking up to see. And what's Phil Foden, you know, before Yetmia consider the World Cup. In all these young guys are making only the opportunity to play in major tournament and the performance and control PPP. He needs to step up in the last 2 games to show say which is a chance at the World Cup because you know England were a lot of options. Okay.
I know better about Farmers League in one some PSG has not completed one for far too long. Enra, Mamusha second place in Lens. 2-0. Okay, into official Enra, champions 9 points. And with the yes, with a game.
Yeah, you know, only competitor. Monaco, Lyon, Olympique Marseille. Only the quality material to match them. And even the PSG team, the last time I make as I do. So offer players almost a bench. Let's say Omo decided say Omo started Sufanov. Omo look at Chavalia, Omo Kofa by say Omo say Donnarumma and I'm not Sufanov Etuno. Now on the right they have options too. On the right say Omo Retino Mendesa. Lucas Hernandez and Sui equally good. Those meet me on the left. When they decide to rest any of their 2 center backs, or even if they decide to rest the 2, Pacho and Marquinhos, Omo Lucas Berardo and then Zabani to play as center backs. General, so Omo Kwedimwa, Kola is there, Gonzalo Ramos is there, Lee is there, Omo Mayuru, Omo were a lot of options to him. Again, Karaskeri a free bench by and had on the Omo in the second half. It is a PhD. A lot of quality to choose from. So, if I did some Morocco without Kyle Henrique, Van Dessen, who are the guy to fill the gap, from Popanye fully, and then and Sufati, all these guys are not the guys to compete with. My friend, PSG, the amazing Greenwood, Facundo Medina, Nicola Tagliafico, Oka, the likes of Niakite, Oka, the likes of Hendrik. These are not guys from Lyon and Genoa. Almost beat me. I'm not Vinicius. Almost beat me. I compete with Paris Saint-Germain. Almost dominant finance, no musica, no team, no my building.
It's
It will be
wonderful.
very tough for the other
There's
teams to
always
stop them
something
in the French league.
I
I
completely
will
agree.
study
Barcelona is
the
just amazing.
What?
What's
We do
your
something as I
favorite
gave
thing?
Villarreal.
yeah. After taking
culture,
Sevilla,
everything.
we all battery
I completely agree. It's hard to put just thing. How long have you been?
Sevilla came 43 points.
I've been driving in Barcelona for long. This
69
city is
points.
a special place for
La
me.
Liga. The moment it is almost echo. Don't give a point for anything.
First of all,
After 20 minutes to go.
Yes, after 20 minutes to go, you know, Sergio Ramos in the group now decides on Barbeto Sevilla. And there's a different motivation for the guys to play.
Yeah.
And the likes of Aqua Adams, Ruben Vegas, and all those guys, almost person which they be to make sure say, almost na akofem any general Sevilla any team who expect to say, baby, I'll be doing also relegation. Say yes, sir. They will be losing their tradition in the Spanish La Liga, and all we have to do, and then some teams are now when Real Madrid and Barcelona compete here, and the team I fed Valencia the fem. You don't hear about Valencia anymore. And let's go about situation to say, said an event situation in the city. And Sevilla so more the fem as do. Sevilla near himself come to produce materials. And other teams Babefano. And that's why your team now team is full of players. At least also when you enough experience and I do know model. And Omati says so if they stay more the guys are more pumping guy into the team to make sure say the fresh legs remember going forward for them to compete. Say the bear almost because you know guys are almost with the exception of Aqua Adams and a few guys are more. These are guys are on my party. So they want to change everything and make sure say they stay in the league and the new ownership and it's capable financially to pump so much into the team. Besides that, they know to me Ramon Sanchez Pedroan Stadium no and cause could be no Munko. So a different motivation from Sevilla and Jeddah to me step up and so and sorry Villarreal, you know, the 10th position is just enough for them. It's just enough for them. Gerard Moreno, you know, Ofa, other young guys almost so Juan Fourth. All these guys are very okay. Goalkeeper Junior, only okay with the 10th position, knowing very well that they'll be playing the Champions League. And that is where they want to be. This is more to me and company. But with Marcelino Garcia and the guys, they want to be there. Motivation from Wells, the motivation from Sevilla also.
Kesben TV, Kesben SA for 392.9 Accra. DSTV and Chekra and Penin Propemunwa Oba Studio ha Mitre Multi Choice Ghana CEO Mr. Alex Ochi. Obankasa Semu special offer at DSTV Ewo Ede Emma Ashefo 48 countries I talk about World Cup 104 matches in Yasam Kitwakra. Offer we Unyane Babia. Me one fan tell me pa say after the who and some coin no and I who messages and send be brave and I can push them busa omo na mo teach kakra e a special offer na omo de e ba no e ho and the tintin titia they say the code no say 58 cedis per kokotobi matches now baby and I say oh this wow connect and I say only be additional 100 cedis per na say 48 match and 48 countries on the 104 matches now and also know what we actually be nina our HD pictures as well we na open there almost say everything can wait you go World Cup here. The hot taste Pep Guardiola mounted on Arsenal is what has made the Gunners not to be declared winners of the EPL ahead of time. Arsenal just need to win their 2 remaining games and they are EPL champions. Arsenal is obviously a better team than FC Barcelona this year, and no questions can be asked about this. They've been solid in the Champions League, Alaji Mama and anyway, and so Yang. Your other messages, Kakra, and so we say a special good morning to you and your pundits. whenever Andy Kemp talks about the quality in the England national team, most people think he exaggerates, but that's the reality. Their second team is even far better than our entire team combined, and it's a fact. Sweden didn't even include Rooney Baki, a player who plays for Barcelona in their World Cup squad. Can our technical team omit a player who plays for Barcelona from our squad and sit there? That tells you how ordinary our team is. Can you tell Dr. Franco Naro that I'll be waiting for my Ogade when he returns? Daniel Amankwa, or say, Edifi Fia Pray, Sunai, and Abreye Naro. The least said about him. Okay, if NCM is work of an hour, so 1 month later. Everything can hold on. No Kumasi Santiago CEO. We need it now, please. And we need an investor who will pull money out and understand our modern trends of football. Else, we have to forget about Africa Cup forever. Nana say, Edwin, if we Asanso via the choir, Asanso, okay. And so, good morning, please. Kindly, let BYT tell me the history of Abdul Razak when he started playing football. The year he joined Kumasi Santiago, why he was called the Golden Boy. The year he retired and his family. We free Oscar de la Hoya, a Josu Onre, and anyway, and so a prayer. Ronaldinho, ever better than every EPL player. Okay. Okay. Sana forgot CR7 dance in England. Professor Sasu Edwin Fibechin and Abreye. All right. Ronaldinho, or say, or you better, a player, Pierre Waba, or England. The issue can run it to Bassa again. So, your player, nobody Ronaldinho. Oh, sir.
But you know, the one you go in that way, you get it wrong. And it will be as well as the players now, because Barcelona won the numbers of Ballon d'Or and world best, they are better than AC Milan.
Yeah.
Where's are there? And you just consider the Ballon d'Or and forget about the titles of those teams in Europe, forgetting that is the level of competition both teams are in. Besides that, you know, we don't even know if the person is talking about this season or overall.
I don't agree with Andy Kemp about what he said yesterday, that African 11 can't stand the South Americans. Why? We also have the Salas, the Manis, the Hakimis, the Kudus, and Asamoah Albert Amos, and many more. Thank you, Babakule, near Grace Light Educational Complex, and Marco Kobin anyway, and so Abre will be our own opinion. Into Albert Amos, I didn't list here. Say, was your Albert Amos, any Abru. Okay. Salamani.
Salamani now, Salamani.
It is about that keeping Kwana.
Salamani. The young fan says Salamani. Finish best start one left. Finish best start all right. Julian Abaret, Bebo top. If you want to go to a Salama cassette, my name is Bob Machi. I'm not going to go. Okay, Mebo Brunucci and a Casimiro. Central midfield. There's no Fernandez name at Calesta Mugrenia.
All right.
Bobo Makino Sneaky Brother for M5. Alice in Dapu. One of them from Africa.
All right. My uncle Silva. And somebody too. And Jack open. You want to see what some of the kind. Minima day. So I think I'll do one cup program. No one. But as well, Obusa and I all can is a Morocco. I do on the Mayo Catano. I want to be called. I go through semi-finals. No. Or especially African teams. You know. so bit must bring us a surprise maybe a World Cup June 11th year shall say a year Mexico no minimum day a bit more Bemusa na Morocco performance on the world atano your African teams Libya on paper on performance na tisa
you know your one is
Senegal oh Morocco is Senegal
okay you know but remember Morocco Senegal so and the Morocco and Gaza if they really want to move in 2023 Michel former French international or a part of the France 20 team he played for Real Madrid. I interviewed him. I remember Boa. Na me busa and say Christian Karim. Na me busa and say no who African say how soon is Africa going to win the World Cup? Okay, can say Chakra who Africa say they will make it to the final and probably win the.
Oh
yes.
Okay. Oh US.
Yes.
Okay.
I interviewed him. I think we played the interview.
Okay.
Yes. And of course, now you know Africa need problem at the World Cup. The only problem that we have is the mentality. So the equation, you know, your first draw in 1970 World Cup in Mexico against Bulgaria, it was that same Morocco. Only free one. Tunisia for your first win at the World Cup in 1978, Argentina. Almost share Mexico by 3-1. You know, after 78, in Italy, Cameroon won draw in the 1982 World Cup in Spain. In Algeria, Germany at the World Cup in the 1978 World Cup in Spain. Guillaume. In Super 1986 was Mexico. Now Mexico, the African team are almost qualified to the knockout phase of the competition. Again, it was Morocco as well. It's a World Cup on the general said the constant figure or the constant nation in all the discussion is Morocco. It's a Morocco and Saudi called the first knockout phase of the competition in 1986. A group of Poland, Portugal, and England.
Have a nice day.
My friend of Portugal. You know, move to the next stage. They were eliminated by a friend with Germany in a Lothar Matthias and I do not say good. Now, so you Morocco Germany for match now 83rd minute. Obia would see me behind the number and to 83rd minute. And a Lothar Matthias said you would see me at what and Omishi Morocco free. Eventually, that tournament, team my friend Germany played in the final, and I lose to my friend Argentina. I was studying as a sky in Mexico. It says by 1990. Now Africa by 1990, we caused a major, if not the biggest upset in the world. Africa saw the cause one upset again. A game my boy was San Siro, and you know. That was a game between Cameroon and the best selectors of Argentina. Goalkeeper Neri Pompidou, Nestor Lorenzo, Sergio Baptista, Diego Armando, the soccer Maradona. That was the setup. Could you say Burujaga? Omone setup, Omaya friend Cameroon Shire. That's a do you really know? Like Cameroon was Argentina for with 9 against 11. You don't expect an Argentine team that played in the final and Argentina team with Maradona who played against Africa team, you know, 9 against 11. Africa and I say Cameroon team as Argentina. Cameroon boy to the quarter-final stage of the competition. So do against England. Cameroon lady came no be Monsieur Babepon. Caroline Katekano. Esa my for extra time. And Mosade Bakoka. And the Kano General, they come in the last 10 minutes of the competition. If we always lose our mind in the last 10 minutes of the game, now you're going to see the killer. After that, you go back to in 1994 World Cup. Africa saw born more than Sometimes, now Africa, the Ukraine flag near Nigeria. Say, make the Ukraine flag now. Let me cast in that tournament. It was a way of Nigeria and more they was any power. The Peter Rufai, the Butiba Atipuju, you are talking about Emmanuel Amunike in filling the judge that particular worker. So, yes, the Nigeria, I shall first go to Italy. Emmanuel Amunike, and it me share Sakuno, at the Maya, you know. The knockout phase of the country, and you know, Nigerian penalty of because game normally do you through the last 10 minutes the rule rules posted you. So you for a mistake or see. Opia so it's some mistakes, you know, and yet you correct here, you be quitting. Now, you know, after 1994, about 1998, you know, Nigeria again in the group of Paraguay, Bulgaria, and Spain. Nigeria chased Spain by 3-2 again. Near Africa, that was a Spanish team under Javier Clemente. Nigeria saw by 3-2. And as you do, Nigeria caught the run of 16 and Denmark and Nigeria and 4. And home defeat. Who say you do give us Africa actually Spain in that tournament? Yeah, back 2002. So you, Senegal, no more first appearance at the World Cup. On the France group, and France is not my come has several locations. Jibril Cissé was the top scorer in the French league. David Trezeguet was the top scorer in the Italian league. Thierry Henry was the top scorer in the EPL. And I did what? Senegal team with Aliou Cissé, who picked up on his over Omar Daf, Ferdinand Colli, Ekwakushiasa attack with people who drop them in front of them. Omokushiasa attack with Basajo. You really know, not people back up at what now. Almost France 1-0. They went ahead and qualified to the knockout stage of the competition. At the round of 16, they won. Almost in the quarterfinal stage against Turkey. Said you, ball bear no more. Salim Biao Mapomotias do. And only gave me a course on your screen. And you know again, mistakes now made can be mistakes never. Shakwe defender and fast to Jinaho, and I take it for the ball, it's me a tomb. One something question will be actually good. She says, some mistakes in getting we, you know how they say. Look at the defender, senior market player. It is some mistakes in getting we give Roman by Baba Bone. You know, say mistakes in getting we. Say, you could want to Africa to be correct. We are good to go because we are at the quarter-final stage. Here experience and quality and total concentration throughout the 90 minutes. Can take it for qualifier and you know edge. Semi final and Brazil saw 1-0. And that is Henry Cabral on your screen. And that's it. And Yama Ankuyi Am Farmer or Maya your friend Senegal and so and hope and so we and I upon. Now after that, so we in 2002. In 2006, Ghana the crowd flag. We played against Brazil, and for game we are saying little mistakes. So you, yes, I was at a highline, I was at the offside, and did not be a team. Shakwaya, fast, splitting the back line. Some mistakes, you know, and while we more experience at the highest level. And to acquire some mistake, you know, that punish you. And you know, you 5 players in the so clearly there was no shape, the arrangement was poor. And look at it, another goal from Little Ribeiro Adriano. Again, you know, Sanche, who they should have built up. Very much. Where Brazil versus Ghana in 2006 World Cup, the round of 16. Said you match ball, we almost ball passes. Obiana and them. Oh, they create now almost. Oh, they do. It's not almost and like ball on the deco. It's whoever like the pressing scheme, whoever like the defensive strata. Straight away, said you.
Your mom will respect.
What's it?
Your mom will too much respect.
That's our friend respect. Oh, you know, I respect.
You blessed yes. No, me can say. I said, I don't know. Me who's the missing can you Brazil?
Without saying question.
When man was saying so man 17 and 20 years, they go to senior level now. You who almost said Tim Godspeed.
You know, you know, almost progress a change. Almost try level.
And I make us only go born ground. What jail said, jail.
That's what I'm saying. That we need to work on our mentality. Oh my they're good. We need to work on our mentality. And what is the problem? When mistakes are getting now, what they should build up. What they should build up. Now, check the position of our players. Who say, pressing a camera. Check, pressing camera. But all the after had a no one pressing, I say. And one press no more pass, not to be and press on. Check, and no one. It only was because of what that experience. Just one pass a pair, so you will look at that pass. And one will be this structure. What any plan there. So, yes, do the oh, so the movement of this it will go to me and some of say now. Who say, who say, your poor now, your opponent here, and a bar, you keep on it. You compress the pitch, and this idea. We use space, we use the same space for Luis Navarro dilemma, and we use the same space for the Robert. It is little mistakes, South Africa, we are good to go. Now, after this one, let's come to 2010.
This one thing boosted all my guest ratings. AI generated and fully customizable. Guests get local recommendations, check-in info, house rules, and instructional videos. All done through Letgro's digital guidebook, ready in minutes and subscription.
In 2010, and again, it was Ghana against my friend, Uruguay, the Celeste of Uruguay. Now, this is Suleiman Tari. The experience quality. Fernando Mozzarella and Timmy and your way. Timmy and your way. She mistake now. So again, mistakes in the film. And you be out. Somebody go for a free kick in you. She don't say, your men's are correct as a one check. Your men's are correct as into one check. The baby keeper. Yes. Look at the position of the keeper. The technique now, you go for an apply. Say, hey, keep on the foot to you. If I'm not born, if I will be blamed, but all my born, if our left side is said, yeah, you'll be blamed. And clearly, opening my lose this particular game. Let's move on. It's the no, I cannot take. Behind the domains, I'll be open to domains as well. Ready now, yeah. Or just keep on home, or it's on to walk. Or seem to keep a warm go down. So I tell you, it is a do mistakes we. And you beat me up boy from one and Luis Suarez in here. Suarez after this, a penalties I a boy and they really see a master. And in terms of penalties, and I do not you free a boy. So at this one, we are 2010, 2014 again. It was Nigeria in France. You see a game when I say, if you want to tell the mentality of the team, you see a game when I say 5 minutes and France share fairs. Theo Hernandez share fairs. Now 70 and the 75th minute and a pop up and so the second as well 20. Check it out now you consider go. We are 2014 World Cup and I said you Nigeria na a team de Ghana Africa calling him and look at the goals I didn't know consider. Very poor. Say you here. Very poor. We go consider very poor. It is we need to correct the wrongs. Time no be good. Every time. Oh moment. We don't say the beer I be pon. The beer was here be pon. 79th and 90 plus 2. It's born here no. We don't see about be pon. They are against I say quiet here. But you go to me ya consider goals. So we are 2014 and 2018. The same story. But again, Opa Senegal and a call in 2018. But look at Senegal against Netherlands. We consider those type of goals as well. And in 2022.
Yeah, about 2022, no, so nothing. After. So we're 2022 now. What is the difference between goals African countries, concede, any other countries, concede? What is the difference? What's the mistakes? But next time mistakes here been about countries from Europe, America, So I wouldn't consider that cover. Now the answer that question. What's the difference? The difference. Yeah. Okay. Remember, no, I don't answer.